Hello, everyone. This is Ethan. Welcome to our very first English learning podcast. Today, Cassandra and I will talk about the biggest problems people face when learning English and how to overcome them. The first problem I often hear is this: I understand English when I read, but I can't speak fluently. Do you feel the same? Don't worry, you're not alone. Many learners can read books, watch movies, or even understand songs. But when it's time to speak, their brain freezes. Why does this happen? Because speaking is a skill, and like every skill, it needs practice. Imagine trying to play the guitar just by reading music sheets, but never touching the instrument. You wouldn't become a good guitarist. The same is true for English. If you only read or listen but don't practice speaking, your fluency won't improve. So, what's the solution? Start small. Every day, try speaking to yourself in English. For example, describe what you're doing. I'm making coffee. I'm sitting on the chair. I'm opening my book. It feels silly, but it trains your brain to form English sentences naturally.
Hello, everyone. This is Cassandra. I'm so happy to join you today. Thank you, Ethan, for sharing those wonderful tips. I agree with everything you said, and I'd love to add more ideas to help our listeners. The first thing I want to talk about is confidence. Many learners have good grammar and vocabulary, but they lack confidence to speak. They think, my accent is bad, or people will judge me. But remember, confidence comes from action, not from waiting. The more you speak, the more confident you become. Here's a trick I tell my students. Before speaking, take a deep breath and smile. Smiling relaxes your body and makes your voice sound friendlier. Even if you make mistakes, people will respond positively when you look confident.
Another common problem is fear of making mistakes. Many learners tell me, I'm afraid people will laugh at me. My answer is always this: mistakes are proof that you're learning. No child learns to walk without falling many times, and no language learner becomes fluent without making mistakes. If you never make mistakes, you're not practicing enough. Here's a powerful mindset shift. Don't aim for perfection. Aim for communication. The goal of language is to connect with people, not to be perfect. If you say, yesterday I go to school, people will still understand you. Yes, the grammar isn't perfect, but communication happened. And that's what matters.
Another problem learners face is grammar stress. I've seen students freeze in conversations because they're trying to remember grammar rules. My advice is, don't think about grammar while speaking. Focus on communication. Grammar can be improved when you write or review later, but in real conversations, fluency matters more than accuracy. Here's an example. Imagine you're in a restaurant and you want water. You don't need to say, "Excuse me, could I please have a glass of water?" with perfect grammar. It's enough to say, "Water, please." Communication is simple. Don't let grammar rules block your speech.
Another challenge is vocabulary. Learners often ask me, how can I remember new words? Well, memorizing lists is not enough. The key is to use new words in context. For example, if you learn the word delicious, don't just memorize it. Say, this pizza is delicious. That cake is delicious. My breakfast was delicious. Use it in sentences. The more you use a word, the faster it becomes part of your active vocabulary.
Let's also address the problem of forgetting vocabulary. Many students say, I learn new words, but I forget them after a week. To fix this, use spaced repetition. Review new words after 1 day, then after 3 days, then after 7 days. This method helps your brain keep information for the long term. And don't just review, use. If you learn the word journey, use it in a sentence like, my English journey is exciting. The more personal the sentence, the more likely you will remember the word.
Now, let's talk about consistency. Learning English once a week is not enough. It's like going to the gym one time a month. You won't see progress. Instead, practice a little every day. Even 10 minutes a day is better than 2 hours once a week. Think of English like brushing your teeth, a small daily habit that keeps your skills clean and strong.
A challenge I hear often is lack of environment. People say, "Cassandra, I don't live in an English-speaking country. How can I practice?" My answer is, create your own English environment. Change your phone language to English. Write your shopping list in English. Speak with friends online. Surround yourself with English in small ways every day.
Some learners also struggle with listening. They say, "Ethan, native speakers talk too fast. I can't understand them." Here's my advice. Don't try to understand every single word. Focus on the main idea. When you watch a movie or listen to a podcast, ask yourself, what's the topic? What's the mood? What are the key words I can catch? Over time, your brain will get faster at filling in the gaps. One of the best ways to train your listening is shadowing. Shadowing means you listen to a short audio and repeat it immediately, like an echo. For example, play a sentence, pause, and then repeat with the same rhythm and tone. It feels hard at first, but it improves both your listening and speaking at the same time.
Now, let's talk about listening strategies. Ethan mentioned shadowing, which is fantastic. I also recommend listening with subtitles. At first, watch your favorite movie with subtitles in your own language. Then re-watch it with English subtitles. Finally, try without subtitles. This step-by-step process builds your ear gradually. Another tip, listen to the same material many times. For example, if you love a song, play it again and again. At first, you only catch a few words, but after 5 or 6 times, you start to hear more details. Repetition is your best friend in language learning.
Another issue is motivation. Many learners start with energy but quit after a few weeks. Why? Because they don't see fast results. But language learning is not a sprint, it's a marathon. You won't be fluent in 3 weeks, but if you practice consistently for a year, you'll be amazed at the progress. The key is patience. To stay motivated, make learning fun. Watch your favorite movies with subtitles, listen to songs you love, or play games in English. When learning feels like play, you'll keep going without effort. Finally, remember this. Your journey is unique. Don't compare yourself to others. Some people learn fast, others slow. But speed doesn't matter. Progress does. As long as you keep moving, you're winning.
I also want to talk about motivation tricks. Ethan mentioned fun activities like movies and songs. I'd like to add journaling. Keep a simple English diary. Every night, write 3 to 4 sentences about your day. For example, today I went to school. I studied math. I ate pizza. I was happy. It doesn't have to be perfect, but after 3 months, you'll look back and see real progress. Now, let's discuss pronunciation. Many learners worry, I will never sound like a native speaker. But here's the truth, you don't need to. The goal is to be clear, not perfect. Focus on sounds that are difficult for you. For example, the difference between ship and sheep. Practice minimal pairs every day. Just 5 minutes of pronunciation practice can make a big difference. Another piece of advice, record yourself. Use your phone, read a short text aloud, and then listen. You will hear mistakes you never noticed. At first it feels strange, but it's one of the most powerful tools for improvement.
So to summarize my advice, practice speaking daily, even alone. Don't fear mistakes, they help you grow. Use vocabulary and sentences, not lists. Be consistent, a little every day. Train your listening with shadowing. Stay motivated by making learning fun. If you follow these steps, I promise your English will improve faster than you think. And here's the most important thing I want you to remember. The last word is practice. Without practice, nothing works. With practice, everything works.
Another challenge is lack of speaking partners. If you can't find someone to talk to, try online language exchanges. There are many free platforms where learners meet and practice. Or if you're shy, talk to yourself. Describe your day, ask yourself questions, even act out conversations. Remember, practice with yourself is still practice. Finally, I want to remind you about the importance of patience and kindness to yourself. Language learning is emotional. Sometimes you feel excited, sometimes frustrated. Don't give up during the low moments. Be kind to yourself. Celebrate small victories, like understanding a movie scene or finishing a page in English. These small wins create big success. So to summarize my advice, build confidence by speaking more and smiling. Don't stress about grammar in conversation. Use subtitles and repetition for listening practice. Create your own English environment. Keep a simple English journal. Focus on clarity and pronunciation, not perfection. Record yourself and review. Use spaced repetition for vocabulary. Practice speaking with partners or with yourself. Be patient and celebrate progress. If you follow these steps, English will not feel like a school subject. It will feel like a part of your life. Thank you for listening to me. And thank you, Ethan, for sharing this space with me today. Together, we hope to inspire every learner to keep going. Remember, English is not a dream, it's a skill, and every skill can be learned.
Thank you for listening to me. Stay tuned because Cassandra also has amazing tips to share. And remember, keep practicing, keep learning, and keep growing.